All right, guys, welcome to the 10 a.m. shift of the Sunday for the Queen City No Tap tournament here at Northwest Lanes in Fairfield, Ohio. We are bowling three shifts today. This is the last day of the tournament. So we are here today looking at this, seeing how it goes. Got some high scores out there. You will need a little bit of handicap to have a shot at the lead, but that is what it is. This is a tournament benefiting the scholarship fund of the TNBA. So that's why we're here, all for scholarship money, all for fundraising. It's not, obviously, it's always fun to win, but it's more about that than anything. So we'll be here for all three shifts. I'll be here in the booth by myself. Wayne's up at the desk. I might get some people in here, might get some commentary from somebody, but we'll see. See how things go. See what kind of scores we can see. As I said, this is a no tap tournament. And obviously, no tap, for those who are unaware, is 9 pins gets you a strike. So that is one thing you will see a lot of strikes going on today. Lots of strikes, lots of different. You see it a little bit up there. You got the score on the screen up at the top of there. You'll notice the white strikes are going to be full legitimate strikes, and then it'll be purple, pink, something like that, or will indicate that it was a strike where they only hit 9 pins. We'll see what we can get here today. See if we can definitely see some 300s out there. See if we can get some natural 300s going. Just see how it all ends up playing out. Obviously, we're still in practice, so we got plenty of time here for that. And then once that goes through, then we'll get started and get going here. It'll be about an hour and a half, about a half hour a game, maybe a little less actually. With three yesterday, I think we were a couple of times we had three teams on a pair. This time we got two. The teammates are across from each other up there. Good morning, Wayne. How's the booth? How's the desk treat? He's over there, so we'll see what we're able to get up to. Yep. Again, we are looking just at some practice here, getting things going, seeing as people come in. We are here at Northwest Lanes in Fairfield, Ohio. Get some scores going, get something in there, getting started, seeing what we can get up to. Uh, yeah. Also, you may hear it, but I decided to turn the gate down on mine just because when I'm not talking, and if I get silent, it's dead silence. So at least one little bit of bowling noise in the background. It's a bowling tournament. You can have some bowling noise. Not a big deal. At least it knows that there's something. You want to hear those pins crash a little bit. As it comes up, again, I'm not sure that I know too many of these people up in front of me, but Nyla Otis, I know she's up here on lane 13. Um, Anthony's up there. As they come up, obviously I'll introduce them. Oh, Phil Madison's up there. Hey, everybody just lining up, getting themselves figured out, figuring out what ball to use, figure out where to stand, all that fun stuff. And we also do still have shifts available. There is going to be a 12:30 shift and a 3 o'clock shift. If anybody wants to come in and bowl, laying around, waking up for the day, and realize, oh, maybe I want to bowl today. We do have that going on. We go to the 12:30 shift. It's $25 per person, so $50 for the team. 12:30, 3 o'clock, and then let's say you think these scores are too high. I don't want to bowl. It's way too high scores. We have a challenge shot sweeper going on tonight. Um, that will be on 2024 Petraglia. So that'll be out there here at Northwest Lanes. It's a $50 entry fee on that. And that's going to be check-in at 5 o'clock, bowl at 6. So come on out and try that out. That'll be leading into, I believe we've only got 2 of those left after this week before we go into our Summer Series Finals, which will be on August the 2nd, I believe, or August the 3rd. Let me double check that. Whatever that Sunday is. August 3rd. That's what it is. I know it was something like that. So keep an eye out for that. Keep it come out and bowl. Get your shot in there. Winding down here in practice. About 3 minutes left on that. Getting going. Oh, looks like Josh is missing an opportunity to bowl this shift. It's one of the first shifts I've seen him not bowl. It was interesting because he's in the building, so I figured he would have found somebody to bowl with. Looks like someone's missing a partner down there. Huh. Interesting. Alrighty. There you go. Good shots. Again, got about 2 minutes remaining here. There's you coming into the stream. Just again, once again, no pin, 9-pin, no tap tournament. Oh, he is bowling with Connor. Oh, I see it now. There it is. I said though, it looks like Andrew might be missing his partner though. I don't see Devin in the building yet. Those of you out there watching, if you are watching over on YouTube, TikTok, if you wouldn't mind going and clicking that like button or double tapping your screen, that'll give us that like. Feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to make any comments in the section. I'll be happy to answer any questions or just talk about bowling in general. Have some fun with that. Wayne, it looks like you still need to like the live stream. But we sit there. We got 6 people on YouTube. Still a little early on a Sunday morning. But we want to thank you guys for being out there and watching. We're winding practice down here, getting ready to get started. And again, this is all for raising money for the raising that money for the scholarship fund of the TNBA, the Queen City chapter of the TNBA here in Cincinnati. It's been a fun time. People having fun. It's been great. I bowled 2 shifts yesterday. Had a good time with that. So just good to be able to come out and have that luxury of knowing that when you leave that wrap 10 or stone 9, you get to be like, oh, nope, that's strike. I don't have to throw at that. He's busy sharing it. All right, here we go. Let's get this started. We're starting off with Anthony Walker here. Anthony Walker and Lawrence Twitty on lane 13 and 14, and then Pam Madison and Phil Madison bowling together over on 15 and 16. Hey, we got a real strike to start it off. There we go. See those? Ooh. Phil pulling his first shot there. Josh is bowling Deanna. Sorry, I missed that. He was walking around like he wasn't bowling. He didn't hardly practice at all, so I didn't think he was, but he is bowling with Connor. He's standing right in front of me now. Walking around with one shoe on. But he is. I was just in the middle of practice. I saw him walk by the desk almost like he was walking outside, so that's what threw me off. That is your brother, Deanna. Your actual brother, as opposed to all the family members. So we were talking about, we said everybody calls you Mama Pickett, so you're basically related to everybody in the bowling alley. But we'll let him know if he gets back here. He's up there on the lanes. That's the thing, when you get two people on a pair, two teams, that moves real quick. Wayne telling me how to do my job over here. But yes, speaking of the ball raffle, we do have the Motive EJ Tackett ball. A new one sitting up there at the desk. You can come in and buy some raffle tickets. I believe that will be running. When does that stop running? Forget when that stops running. But that is up here at the desk. Feel free to come in and buy those tickets. 1 for 1, 6 for 5, and something for 20. Oh, July 20th is when that stops. July 20th is when we will be drawing that. So next Sunday, we will be drawing the winner of that. Again, feel free to come on in. You don't need to be present to win. You just come in, write your name on some tickets that you buy, and we'll be able to let you know and get that ball to you. There we go, and there's our. Nope, now it's tough. Missed the sleeper. I thought that was going to count as a strike, but he's got two of them up there. Nyla getting herself a strike there. Devin walking in at the last possible second. Devin pulling a Josh Parker down there, actually. Walking in 5 minutes after practice is over. That's the thing. You really don't want to be warming up on this because you miss a couple of strikes, you drop down that leaderboard real quick. We've had 275 teams have pulled this event so far this weekend. That is just phenomenal. Or this between last weekend and this weekend, 275 teams. That is just amazing. I want to just thank everybody for coming out and supporting this event. It's been really, really fun to be a part of. So figure 275 across 3 days. We'll probably see ourselves get another 75 today. So may even be pushing towards that 350. We do have 20 teams this shift with 2 shifts to go. So, I mean, we may probably get a little over 75. We'll see how the next 2 shifts go, though. See what we're able to get to. And again, like we said, everybody out there watching, we do have 2 more shifts today. If you feel like coming in and bowling, feel free to stop on in, grab a partner, come in and bowl this. I do believe we have openings left in both shifts today. Available for walk-ins, but let them know because it is getting close. So just let them know on that. And again, if like I said earlier, if you think these scores look too high or this just looks too easy for you, we do have our sweeper tonight on Petraglia. It's a little not quite as hard as some of the stuff we've been bowling on here the last few weeks. It's about a 5.7 to 1, just under 6 to 1 ratio. So definitely not house, definitely not this, but definitely not cheetah or red square. Those were brutal. So we'll see what we're able to get ourselves into tonight on that. And really, if you guys want to bowl anything, there's stuff always going on around town. I mean, we've got everything around here in the Cincinnati area. Like we always say, if you can't find something to bowl, you're not looking. I mean, over Mondays over at Western Bowl, they've got a sweeper over there on different recreational patterns. It's not house. I mean, it's basically different kind of house shots, different things. Anything over 8-1, maybe a little over 6-1, something like that. So still easy, but just not their house shot. That is $45. And Ted Burns runs that over there, so contact him if you want information on that. Bowling starts at 7, so check in. I'm assuming is sometime after 6, 6:30, somewhere in that range. Check in over there. Tuesdays, you got the dueling duos going on over at Gilmore Lanes. There's shifts at 6:30 and 8:30 every single week. That's getting ready to wind down. We're running in the last few weeks of that here. That one is $50. So contact Alicia Alam for details on that one. Wednesdays, actually, this week is the last one of their, I believe this week, the way they've been pushing it, Meyer. No, it's going to be the 30th. The end, they still have a few weeks left of that. But Wednesdays over at Roll House Fairfield, LTM Sports, Lonnie, Terrence, and Mark put that together. They run a great tournament over there. It's just a standard sweeper over on House Shot over there at Roll House Fairfield. Check-in at 6, bowl at 7 over there. I think the entry fee on that is $45, if I remember right from bowling that. Thursdays, there's tournaments going on at KP. Is running tournaments over at Crossgate Lanes on different Thursdays. I think it's most Thursdays, but just reach out to KP, find out what they got going on this week over there. Collier Pavey, if you're not aware of who KP is. Friday, Eastern Lanes runs a different pattern every week. That one check in at 6:45, or check in at 6, bowl at 6:45 over there. And lastly, on Saturdays, they just had a doubles tournament last night. Every other Saturday, out at Durban Bowl, Wills Nation, as Austin Kloss running tournaments out there. Starting at 6 p.m., checking at 5, $40 a person usually on that, whether it's singles or doubles. Like I said, I know they had a big turnout for that last night over there, so we haven't won in a couple of weeks, I'm assuming. Probably another singles. Thank you, Wayne. Wayne said he sent me the email so I could post the graph for the shot. So I'll get that posted out there for you guys. It is a doubles over at Crossgate this week. I think they had a match play last week. So I'm getting that. I'll put that up for you guys here in just a little bit. Oh, that's still. Hey, it fell anyways. So that is technically a real strike for Pam there. And that is to come up. All right, so good. Here is the pattern that we are going to be bowling on tonight. If you follow that, you'll be able to get that in there. So again, I posted that over on TikTok and YouTube. If you guys follow that link, you'll be able to get into and see what that pattern does look like. And 46 feet, 5.2 to 1, 27 units of oil for tonight. It's a little different than what we're bowling on right now. I'm going to say this is, I believe, 43 feet. I don't know the volume that we put out on this shot, but I do know it's about 14 to 1, I do believe. Something like that. So that's just a little bit higher. And for those of you that don't know, I mean, that's essentially what that equates to, is the ratio is just how much more oil there is in the middle than the outside. So 14 to 1, that just means there's 14 times more oil inside than outside. That just gives you a little bit more forgiveness as you throw the ball. If you miss it to the right, it's drier out there, so it'll start to hook and hook a little more and get there to give you some miss room right. If you miss it inside, there's a lot more oil, so it'll just slide and not hook as much, making that way ball right into the pocket. So, and then obviously as those ratios get smaller, your miss room gets smaller, so you can't miss nearly as much as you can on this. So that's just how that seems to work. .710 pickup down here on the far left. Great job on that. Clay Gartman managing to pick up a .710 split down there. A little sad that wasn't on the live stream, but hey, you know what? One of these times we'll see it. Let's see if James is able to give us something here. Oh, nope. Lawrence falling off there. But still put together a decent game. Go ahead and finish this off. Finish that out and get up to a 266. Maybe Anthony could give him a 3, and they can have themselves a nice starting point. Like I said, I do believe that currently leading this is 1825. Obviously, that did involve some handicap. That is 2 Hall of Famers that are in the building again. Mr. Terry Rose and George Barlow coming in here, just showing all these young guys, look, this is how we do it. I'm going to run away with this one. Obviously, people are still going to give them a chance, but that 1825 is going to be tough to get to. But good luck to everybody, and it is possible. Like I said, you will need a little bit of handicap, throw some really good shots, and just see what can happen. Good shot there by Nyla. Stepping up here. Nyla having a couple of issues. It looks like she's fine on the right lane, but struggling here on the left lane. But that seems to happen. We were running into that yesterday. Devin Parker was on this, I think, on 13 and 14, and run into similar issues where he just couldn't seem to figure out one lane or the other. Let's see what's going on. Also, while we got everybody here, go ahead and run through the sponsors of this tournament, help make this possible, donating items to raffle off, donating different things, just trying to help raise more money for this for the scholarship fund. You got the Underground Bowlers Association, Mike's Car Wash, Culver's in Springdale, Ohio, Main Event, Gold Star Chili, Lakeview Garden Center and Landscaping right up here just around the corner from the bowling alley. Billiter's Tournaments, Lonnie Billiter running that over there at Roll House. A lot of his stuff is over there, putting on great stuff. Izzy's, Dave and Buster's, The Establishment, and Penn Station. Penn Station is some good stuff. Jessica and my wife and I always stop there and get food before our league on Wednesdays when we bowl over at Crossgate. It's always good stuff. We've been there so much they know us by name, and the fact that we wear Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle jerseys in there, so that's always a fun time. Looking around the building. Oh, Josh has already fallen off. He's only got a handful of shots left to be able to keep his bowling ball still in the building. He's got a bet going with Wayne down there. Let's see if he's got to throw 2 more. I think he's still got to throw 2 more legitimate 300s. Oh, do got some things going down. Looking around, trying to see. I do not see any legitimate 300s left at this point. Corey, just off to our right, was the last one. He had front 6. He's still got a chance at 300, but he did get a 9-count strike there in the 7th frame. So no legitimate ones going on. Yes, Deanna. George Barlow and Terry Rose put up 1825. I believe Josh and Mark, I think, are now sitting in 4th thanks to that, coming up and bumping them out of there. Yeah, Terry's up here bowling with Brad today. Terry's not quite throwing what he was yesterday. He's got about 4 spares running now. He's just to the left. Yeah, Joel, you have to come in and talk to them. Honestly, Terry and George have earned their sticks. Go ahead and let them have those. There are some people that we question on what him having sticks or not, but I'll let Terry and George have their sticks. They've earned them. There may be some people who like to claim themselves kings of bowling alleys that are getting 9 sticks in game. That's a little bit. But they're following the rules of the tournament. That is what it is. But we can still complain about it a little bit and give them a hard time for it. We'll pick this up. Get it. Hey, there you go. Good conversion there from Pam. Wayne laughing at my comments on Mr. I'm going to say it, Mark. Everybody knows Mark. Anytime he comes to tries to give up. Hey, can I get some sticks? Hey, can I get some sticks? Well, apparently he convinced them to give him some sticks in this one. But this will be the last time he gets sticks, I do believe. I think he owes over 220 in this past year. So he gets to enjoy those sticks for about a month in certain tournaments. Ooh. 300 down there for, looks like Ashley Hammond dropping a 300 down there with 4 9-count strikes and 8 legitimate. So great game out of Ashley down there. We got Anthony here still working himself on a 300. Got a few of them working around the building. We'll see what they're able to do. Joel, did you just decide that last year you were only bowling the first week? You're not bowling the second week at all? You're going to sit on your couch, or are you coming in for any later shifts today? Looking around. Phil's going to sit here trying to pull that first shot of the day, and then it's been rolling. See if he can't get himself a 290. Pam's sitting here trying to get herself a 255. I'm just going to guess. She throws the ball pretty well, but I'm going to go ahead out on a limb and say she's probably getting some handicap. Nope, just getting that one a little bit in there. Another 7 count for her. Phil doing what he needs to do. And again, guys, also mentioned in some tournaments, those were some weekly things that are going on all around. We do have some other things getting ready to come up. Here in 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks now, we will be starting up a brand new tournament first thing this year, hoping it turns into something bigger and see what we can get going. That is the Herschel Match Play Tournament, which is a unique style of, it is a 64-person bracket, and that is just going to be blind draw match play. It is double elimination, so let's say you do get the I mean, obviously, if you want to come in here and bowl, you walk in, you hope thinking you can beat anybody. But let's say you do get paired against somebody, one of those higher end bowlers, and they just manage to beat you by a hair. You do have another shot with double elimination to get yourself back in and still win the tournament. So that is kind of the fun. It's going to be 2-game total pinfall match plays. Like I said, 64 random draw for seeding. That'll be running on 2 weeks from now, which is the 26th and 27th of July. We do still have 20 spots available in that. Reach out to Wayne Arthur and get yourself into that tournament. The other thing that'll be fun that we are doing for this tournament is on July 25th. On that Friday, we will actually be running a stream and a Zoom call, really, on a Calcutta auction for that. With that Calcutta, basically what we're doing there is you get the opportunity to bid and have an auction on every bowler in the tournament. We'll run through them one at a time, make your bids, and whatever you bid on that person, if you end up being the winning bid, that will go into a prize fund. 90% of that will get paid out to the Calcutta, and 10% is going to go into the prize fund of the actual tournament. But if you end up, your bowler, let's say they win the tournament, you will win that money. So that what we're doing is we decided we're going to go ahead and pay the top 4 spots of that. So if your bowler makes it to the step ladder finals, which we are having, then you will win some money. If they manage to win first place, you'll get 50% of whatever is in that Calcutta prize fund. Second place will be paying 25% of that prize fund. Third place, 15%, and fourth place will get 10% of that. The caveats with that are if you do win somebody that is not yourself, the bowler that you won, let's say you bid on me, I'll just use myself an example. Somebody bids on me, let's say they give $30 for me, and no one wants to go any higher than that. Then I get the opportunity to pay half of that, $15, and get in and then receive half of that prize fund. But I get the right of refusal on that just because, I am the one bowling, so that is how that works. So if you do win somebody that's not yourself, they do win they do have that opportunity to do that as well. So reach out to us, let us know if you want to be involved in that. If you're not able to make it here to the bowling alley, we will be creating a Zoom for that to allow people to bid through Zoom. Reach out to us, we will get you that link. Right after the auction is done, that is when we will be drawing the seating. So that we'll do the auction first. Once the auction is all complete, then we will draw the seating for that. We'll be live streaming that as well, so you guys can feel free to watch that and let us know, just so you know what you're in. See if you did bid on somebody, you did win somebody, you can see who they're bowling against in the first round. See how that works out. One other thing of note is that we've decided and we are doing is, I believe we are set, it's going to be at $5 increments on the bidding. So if nobody wins, if you walk in and nobody had bid on you and you walk in the day of, you weren't able to make the auction, you're bowling, you will have the opportunity to put $5 on yourself to win the tournament or make the top 5 and get yourself into that Calcutta for your own self. So that will be available. So let us know if you have any questions on that. Reach out to myself or Wayne Arthur, and we will get you information on the Calcutta or the tournament itself. Like I said, we got 20 spots left, but that is all going to be first come, first serve on that. So reach out, get your spot in for that. After that, 2 weeks after that, we have the Cash and Out winning weekend coming in with a sweeper on Friday night. All of that is going to be on Modified House. Oh, I forgot to mention, yes, on the Herschel Lawn Care match play, that is going to be on Beaten Path. So that is a challenge pattern. That's about 6-to-1 ratio. Not quite super hard, but definitely a little tougher than a house shot. So make sure to reach out or make sure to check that out. That is just a little bit of a difference from house. And then, like I said, the Cash and Out winning weekend is going to be that second weekend in August. That is the 8th, 9th, and 10th. On Friday the 8th, there is a sweeper that night, $80 entry, but they're guaranteeing $3,000 for the winner of that tournament. So do not hesitate to come out and bowl that. That is going to be a great time, and that is a lot of money for an $80 entry. So really come on out to that. And then we will be running a doubles tournament on Saturday and Sunday. And I believe I'm going to go ahead and pull up the information now so I can make sure that I am getting everything accurate on this. They are running, I do know that they are running a seniors division this year, so keep an eye out for that. There's no guarantee on that, but they are offering that. Just give you guys an option to bowl something else. This is going to be a $70 entry fee per team, so $35 per bowler. Shift times are going to be 10 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 3:30 p.m., and 6 p.m. The one caveat with that to note is this will be a fresh burn situation where we will be oiling for the 10. There will be fresh oil in the 10 a.m. shift. There will be no re-oiling for the 12:30 shift. We will re-oil at 3:30, and then we'll be bowling on burn again at 6 o'clock. So that is both days, Saturday and Sunday. You have all 4 shift times there. So make sure to get your entries. Reach out to Malika Ash or Jermaine Kahn to get yourselves entered into that. Like I said, they are having a seniors division in that as well. So feel free to reach out there. They are running they're running optional scratch and handicap singles in that as well for $10 a person. For the 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. squads, both of those, they are going to be paying out $150 for the high teams, the high scores for those 10 a.m. and 6 o'clock shift on Saturday and Sunday. Will get the high scores. Will get $150 there for the teams. Trying to get few more people to come into that. Just Wayne saying James Teeter's down here striking with an old Storm Spare soccer ball. Hey, like I said, if all you need is 9, just find a ball that gets you to the pocket consistently. Nothing wrong with it. You don't need to strike. I mean, hey, you get a good line with a spare ball, you can hit the pocket all day long. It's just it loves the flat 10 pocket or leave you a 5 pin, something like that. So the only thing I feel like you got to worry about, but he's got a lot of reps to really wheel the ball. The only thing I would think you would really worry about is getting leaving a, I'm trying to think, like an 8-10 or something like that. It's just not being able to drive through the pocket. Of course, as Wayne and us start talking about JT, he throws a 2 count or an 8 count with the spare ball. So I'm going to blame you for that one, Wayne. All right, we do still have things going on here, some different scores. Forgot to keep an eye on who all has, so we'll go ahead and run through here. Like I said, we do have, I think it was 20 teams going, so we do have 40 bowlers bowling right now. Let's see how many 300s we got last game. There's 1, 2, 3. 4 300s that first game. Actually, one round on live stream pair. I was too busy talking. Found $30 on a trading post. That's insane. Yeah, I remember some of those clear balls really were like some of those were really, really hard to find and really cost a lot of money. I remember when I was younger, I always liked, but I remember I watched forget what the name of the movie was, but that superhero movie, it was all like Ben Stiller and all that. And one character threw around a bowling ball with a skull in it. I remember thinking that was cool when I was younger. It's still fun to think about that now. That one, the Rose Ball from I'm blanking on that movie. Kingpin. That's what it was. Oh, take away my bowling card. I forgot about Kingpin. That was always a fun one to see. They got a bunch of different things that are out now. Like I said, we got the breast cancer spare balls. That's what I got now. That clear one. That one's a fun one. They got all kinds of things. It's just interesting to see all the different advancements they've made in bowling technologies just over the last, and then just different things. If those were some of the fun ones of what they could put in different bowling balls, I remember seeing footballs, soccer balls. I think there's even some with beer cans in them. All kinds of crazy things they got out there now. So speaking of anybody out there watching, what is we'll go two. What is your favorite of all the different clear balls you've seen? What is your favorite? And secondly, what is your favorite bowling ball of all time beyond that? So favorite clear spare ball, and favorite bowling ball just in general of all bowling balls. Lefties aren't allowed to say Purple Hammer. Nope. There goes, just look down. Josh still not going to get a 300 this game either. He's really running out of time on that bet that he made with Wayne down there. Yep. Reset. He said he hit it. That's always how it ends up happening. You think, oh, I got to push the button. It doesn't work, but he pushed it, didn't quite get it in far enough. But it went down, says somebody, and they walk up there about to do it themselves. He does it again, and of course it works. Great shot there by Nyla. Jermaine getting away with one. He hated it when he let it go. He did get 9 count. Although he's got a chance, Malika's got a chance to whoop him down there. He's got a pace for 278. Malika's still got 300 on the table. Of course, now she's in the 7th frame and in the 8th frame, really, so that's it. Nice. You still have, where is yours? Is it, at least, did it crack yet, or is it just sitting somewhere in the basement for you? All right. Oh, Pam pulled one. Let's see if we can. Oh, it's still hooked to be on there. Oh, Malika got that strike, so I'm out. I'm off the hook for Black Cloud. I'll take it. Oh no, Phil. Oh, hey, maybe we got a chance to see one picked up on this on the live stream. Let's go. I want to clip that. Oh, Pam, I didn't even see that. Must have apparently went back and struck. Nothing like a 9-pin strike on the 10 or with the head pin. Jermaine getting himself another strike down there. Let's see if Malik is able to match him. It's just off camera. I'm talking about something you guys can't see, but it's just fun for me to do that because I'm sure she's going to give him all kinds of crap if she. Oh, buried an 8-pin, so that's when you're okay with it. Another great shot there by Nyla. That one's on the screen. One of them on beaten path. There you go. That'll do it. I'd say mine. I think really it's. I'm trying to think what my favorite ball is that I've always thrown. For a while, I really did enjoy the Tour Dynamics. That one I really had some good shots with. I threw a couple of 800s with that ball. Um, in general, I just feel like the Hustle line is one that I really enjoy. I think I've got a 300, an 800. I think I've got a 1 3 and 2 8s with the different hustles. So really enjoy the Hustle line. Like I said, they're bang for your buck in terms of price to performance. The hustles are up there, and most of the vibes we'll give both brands some love. They both have some lower cost balls that perform very well. Always good to see those. I remember one throwing some things back. My first ever ball was, so we'll do that one next. What was the first bowling ball you first? Let's go first non-plastic ball you ever had. Because I know my first ball was a 10-pound plastic ball when I was like 12, so that doesn't really count. But my first one was actually a urethane groove, purple one. And my first reactive ball, I'm trying to remember what my first true reactive was. I think it was a Storm Shock Trauma. Or no, it was a Storm Surge. Yeah, Storm Surge was my first reactive ball. I think I got that used secondhand um, from Fair Calhoun Bowling Supply. That was you're talking 2002 probably that I got that. And that's still both of those balls are still sitting in my basement. Surprisingly, neither one. Well, the one was a urethane ball, so of course that doesn't have a crack in it. But surprisingly, my Surge is still sitting down there without a crack in it. Yeah, hand me downs is if anybody with family, they always end up with hand me downs, some sort of bowling balls. Like I said, my first reactive ball was basically a hand me down. I had to buy it used. But yep, those are some fun times. I had a Storm Shock Trauma back in high school. I had a Columbia 300 shot after her. I think it was just a shock. That was a fun ball. You threw that a lot. That got me my first 300 ever. That one's cracked in my base. That one actually took a long time until I actually pulled it back out. It used to sit in my bag all the time, survived that, but I put it down in my basement on my shelf down there, and sadly that one did crack in there. But it happens. Got to get a better shelving system. Right now it's just two planks of wood that they sit on. A couple of them have cracked in there. I gotta fix that. Yeah, that's what I was saying down there. Beat him 300 to 278. So Malika finishing that 300 down there. Jermaine getting a 278. So that's a good set for them. Got some really good going on in front of us, though. That's for sure. Will finally falling off on his shot at a natural 300. Oh, Nyla pulling one. Get away with it. Brooklyn, give her one. There you go. So it gets rid of the natural, but it still counts for give her a purple strike there. So we are through 5 frames here on 13 and 14, and we only have 2 purple strikes. The rest are legitimate, solid strikes. So we are looking at 18 out of 20 strikes down here, and 20 out of 20 for the 9-pin no tap. That is impressive scoring down here. All right, let's see if Williams is able to get back on it. Nope. Malika's beating Jermaine there. Yeah, 580 to 532. Alrighty. See. Oh, good cover there. Pam able to pick up her spare. Pam's about to beat Phil. All right, let's see Lawrence stepping up here. Turn. Very great shot there for Lawrence. All right, stepping up. Oh, coming in just a little bit high. See Anthony stepping up here, see if he'll be able to keep himself going. He did have a 300 game one. I think it was the only 300 on our live stream pair. Still putting together some great scores. Oh! That's the wonderful thing of 9-tap is, 9-pin no-tap is, you get those, and normally you're upset about that. Nope, Perry falling off there, getting that just a little wide, never read to come back. So Perry could blame me for that one. The first non-strike took him till the 6th frame to have a non-strike on the board. Go ahead and run this down, though. Perfect. Isla with another good shot. Ooh. Just off the screen there, and you guys see lane 12 made a run at a split. Good strike there by Phil. Let's see what Lawrence is able to do here. Oh, we got that wide hook. Ah. Again, that's my fault. Blame me. Oh. Pam not quite able to get that 9-pin out from behind there. Great shot there by Phil. So that'll get him up to 246, which means that Pam needs to make this spare in order to beat him. Now, come on, Pam, you got to do this. Then you can take a picture of it and show him that you won. Granted, I'm sure she's beaten Phil many, many times, but she looks like a really solid bowler there. I haven't seen her bowl too much, but just looking at it, great bowler. But it's still fun to be able to rub it in if you do win. Oh, nope. Give him the opportunity to tie. She's just feeling sorry, so she's going to let him tie him. Yep. 246, 246, or no, 216. No, I can't do math. Oh, I see what I did. So she won by 30. I thought he had 5 frames of strikes. It was only 4. My bad. We don't have Blake or Wayne in here to tell me my bowling math is wrong. Oh. William just missing that 10th frame. Got it just really took off on him, went right through the face. Oh, Malika giving back that lead over there. I mean, we're starting with a double, and she's starting with a spare open. Oh, good shot by Nyla. Pulled it a little bit, but still getting away with it for a strike there. Yeah, no, that's what I was asking. Blake must not be on. He'll probably be on tonight for the sweeper. He'll correct us there while we're doing that for the finals. Oh, getting away with that one for Lawrence. Looks like that's back-to-back time where the ball's just not hooking for him. Like, God, he's still confused on that. Got Anthony stepping up here. Looking around the building, I do believe that was the last shot for game 2 at a natural 300. Yep, Josh is getting lower. Anthony doing what he needs to do there. Got away with that one too. Pulled that one a little bit. She's had the pulls a little bit lately, but it was power through them with getting 9 counts. All right, Pam, let's start this last game off with a strike here. Get in there. There it is. Great shot. Lawrence be able to get back, find him in the pocket again, get in there. Great shot from him. All right, let's see what we got going on here. And get stepping up. Oh, something threw him off there. False start. But that's smart. Something confuses you, something catches your eye, something doesn't feel right. Make sure you stop, reset yourself, and throw it. Especially when you're doing something on this level, especially with what he's got going. You want to make sure you get all you could get. Go. And Anthony with another strike. For those of you watching, if you do want to throw a guess out on what you think the total score will be on 13 to 14, like Wayne just put out there, if you're able to guess what the total pinfall is for those, we will give you guys a free entry into any Sunday sweeper coming up. Again, that is just put out what you think what the score for game 3 is going to be on 13 and 14, what the total will be for game 3, and then even on lane 15 and 16, you've got till the end of the 3rd frame to get your guesses in over there. So if you just want to throw out a number for what you think the 4-person total pinfall is, we'll go ahead and that'll be our entry into that. And even if you're not in the area, if you manage to throw a guess out there and win that, what we can do is give you $35 worth of tickets into our EJ Tackett bowling ball raffle. We got the EJ Motive EJ ball up there. That is for a raffle up there. So if you guys do win the guests, we will give you guys those, and they'll figure out a way to get it all out to you, ship it out to you guys. You got a couple of frames left here on lane 15 and 16, but you got a little more time over on 13, 14. Again, guys, we do still have 2 shifts left of this, so if you are sitting home feeling like, oh, I want to feel like bowling, go ahead and come on out, grab a partner. If you're in the area, here in Cincinnati, coming out bowl. There's a $25 entry. We have a 12:30 shift and a 3 o'clock shift. We've got a sweeper going on tonight on Petraglia. There is a link for that. If you scroll up in the comments, you'll see it up there. That is a 46-foot pattern, 5.2 to 1, with about 27 units of oil. Lawrence getting himself to a nice 276 game there. Good game by him. Let's see what Anthony's able to give him, see if he's able to finish.